So, folks, um, we have arrived at like a mask off moment for what the folks pushing artificial intelligence actually care about. And that is, of course, violating artistic integrity and copyright, and basically subsuming and absorbing all possible information into their stupid machines that only make everything they touch worse. And of course, I'm talking about the OpenAI Hayao Miyazaki engine that is now essentially ripping off the Studio Ghibli art style in order to be used in all kinds of different media. Like, I hate this. I hate this a lot. It's so fucking depressing because here, let's take a look at a few other examples, right? Oh wow, look at all this stuff. Wow. Oh my god, do you recognize this meme? Oh, damn, do you recognize this meme? Oh my god. 100% AI generated. Whoa. Whoa! A screenshot of a Wikipedia page with proper explanations on how cats work. Whoa! Look at the diagrams. Whoa! Wow, look at that! Oh my god, look at what it can make. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you also like what did can't even get words right on this fucking seal while it's trying to generate Elon Musk doing a Nazi salute. But like, let's just back up real quick, because I hate this. I hate everything about it, right? Like, let's go back to this real quick. What makes the original version of this special, chat? What makes the original version of this image special? Here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Here, maybe we can do it a side by side. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. Okay. We can do this. I believe in me. Yoink. Okay. Cool. What makes the original version of this special, chat? The rawness. It was made by someone with emotions. It was a human being. Oh, is it a candid photo? He doesn't know he's being photographed, so he's caught off guard. More expressive. It's a real person. That it's not slop. Like, yeah, the thing about, and the thing that makes this special is that it is a real product of circumstance, opportunity, and someone with a camera. You know, there's an authenticity to it. There's a message to it. His body language itself is communicating something. And what makes that body language special is that there is a human being behind it who's feeling and thinking and being in the world. You know? And that's special. There's something incredible about that. There's something great that resonates from that image through all of us. Because we've all been that guy standing out on kind of a shitty day, just, you know, whether you have a cigarette or not, and just like, you know, we've all experienced that emotion. And the fact that that was captured so well, we relate to it. Because that's a human being, and we recognize a human being, and in that human being, we recognize ourselves. In a sense, if I can get up on my high horse for a second, in a sense, that image is what art is all about. This communication between, you know, the subject of the art, the person creating the art, in this instance, the photographer, and then us, the endpoint that get communicated to, right? And that's what's really important about all of this. And what the most damning thing about AI is that the height of what these people consider important, about what all these little fascist weasels on social media that support this AI these AI plagiarism machines, is that they cannot create anything new. They cannot create this specific thing. And even if they could, it would not have that authenticity. It would not have that humanity. It would not have any of that because it has no subject and it has no, you know, photographer. It has no creator to it. It is simply a regurgitation based on a few written inputs. It is an eternal remix engine. Except that does a disservice to people who actually do remixes because they make something new. It isn't even a remix engine. It is taking existing material and turning it into slop for the purposes of commodification. Okay? Because what we have here is simply like, frankly, it's just a cheapening of the reality. It is a cheapening of what makes this special. And the thing is, like, you can say, "Oh man, it looks impressive now," and like, I don't think it does, but okay. But what is it? What is this technology going to look like after a few more iterations of this? You know, there's nowhere for it to go. It is simply the destruction of the creative process made manifest. And on top of it, folks, understand that behind all of this, behind these little goof 'em ups, oh man, look, hey, what made this image cool in the first place? Was it is it the art? Is it like the hand drawn stylings? No, what made this image cool was that an actual goddamn human man actually did this pose and actually looked cool as shit.
Real, not AI art is the seven samurai of human communication.
It really is. Thank you for the $5 dono, Gamer G. And like, I don't know, like what made this image famous? Was it that someone threw a cheap filter over? Oh, did someone draw this and it resonated with people? No, a real human girl looked at the camera while there was an actual fire in the background. That's what made it so amazing and chilling, and that's what made it like, that's why people shared it. You know? It's so frustrating. And on top of that, like we have to discuss a few of the things here, because Hayao Miyazaki is incredibly famous for not just, innovating when it comes to anime and comes to animation at large, but also famous because there's a very prominent scene in a documentary about him where students at a university present to him um, artificially generated animation, and he looks at it and the walk cycle of this decrepit, tortured being that they have put together. And he says that he strongly feels it is an insult to life itself. He very specifically hates AI. Okay? Very specifically. The reason why Sam Altman at OpenAI wanted to do this style is to show disdain towards Hayao Miyazaki. It is very specifically meant as a middle finger to one of the most legendary animators of all time. I would argue the most legendary animator of all time, but people quibble. But this piece from Blood in the Machine by Brian Merchant is really, really good. I recommend it. I'm going to post it in chat here. Was this publicity by OpenAI? Yes. It is put out by OpenAI. Sam Altman changed his ID to one of these images. Every morning, not in recent days, I see my friend who has a disability. It's so hard for him just to do a high five. His arm with stiff muscle can't reach out to my hand. Now, thinking of him, I can't watch this stuff and find it interesting. Whoever creates this stuff has no idea what pain is. I am utterly disgusted. I would never wish to incorporate this technology into my work at all. I strongly feel that this is an insult to life itself. And I mean, that's how I feel increasingly about AI. They have the clip in the article, but I don't want to show it because it's from a film. Okay. God. The issue here should be obvious. I won't pretend to know exactly how Miyazaki thinks about modern generative AI systems. The tool he was commenting on was a cruder prototype, though one might venture to argue that he'd feel even more strongly about tools that further automate human art with greater ease and often drive it further into the uncanny valley. Regardless, the man on record with likely the strongest and bluntest disavowal of using AI tools for art is now the same man whose notoriously painstakingly handcrafted art is being giddily automated by ChatGPT users for what amounts to a promotional campaign for a tech company that's on the verge of being valued at $300 billion. Sam Altman not only participated, changing his ex-avatar to a Ghiblified self-portrait, but insisted that this was the plan all along.
This drives me insane, because I love technology. But these fucking shitweasels like Sam Altman want to use it to be petty and mean and hurt people. Asterisk 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 Sam. Asterisk 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 Palmer. Asterisk asterisk asterisk.
Asterisk Elon and asterisk 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 Jeff Dean. Indeed. Oh boy, I haven't arrived in time to feel burning hatred. Exactly, Dragonfly. And Paladin, thank you for the $20 dono. Really injecting that BWA energy into stream. Yeah. Which in turn raises the specter of copyright infringement. Speaking to TechCrunch, a copyright lawyer very diplomatically said that while it's unlikely infringement to produce images in the style of a studio, it's entirely plausible that OpenAI's models were trained on millions of frames of Ghibli films. He noted that it's still an open question whether or not that in fact violates current IP law or constitutes fair use, as the tech companies argue. And I do have to say, I think going forward in the future, we do need to establish that this is absolutely infringing on copyright. You know, like, what if AI can imitate perfectly? Honestly, even if AI could imitate perfectly, it would still be awful.
But more my ADHD and call back to bar hopping. Haha, prod be back at some point. Keep up the good fight.
Hell yeah, Ford. You come back here anytime, all right? Thank you for the $5 super chat. But the issue here is not the skill of the, you know, can we even call it skill? The issue here is not the algorithmic construction of the image or the video or what have you. Like, the issue here is that it is not real. You know, it is. It's slop designed to take up space. You know, like that's kind of the issue. It is designed to replace us, but not in just like a job sense within society, but it's designed to replace human communication with something that does not communicate whatsoever. You know, it is designed to end communication. There's something so anti-human to that. What if AI becomes conscious? Would that change things? Perhaps, but like that's not at all what large language models are capable of, you know? So like the question of it becoming conscious is not really at play. They are like that's not a thing it can do. Yeah, I mean, like, it is designed to kill communication, whether it's put in an art gallery or on your wall, and it's designed to kill communication at large. You can see this in Google image results. You know, the amount of slop that is being put out and put into search results is... I mean, it's mind-blowing. And what ultimately winds up happening is that the fundamental nature of our communication is disrupted and destroyed. Because instead of getting an actual picture of a penguin, you get an AI picture of a penguin. But at a certain point, you were looking for a picture of a real penguin, not of a regurgitated image of a billion penguins. You know, you were looking for a specific penguin in the real world, how real penguins are. Why do they want to kill communication? That is an excellent question. And the answer to that question is because they want to, frankly, they want what every capitalist wants. They want to be able to create product without any workforce. You know, they want to create product with as few workers on that product as possible. Those are the two forces at play here. And so if they can create something that essentially generates content from nothing with no human input, really, then they have essentially a monopoly over content generation. And not only that, like, they get to control the narrative. They get to control the angle. They get to control what is messaged through that slop. because they control those large language model algorithms. So it's not just that there's no communication, because that's where the communication level is right now. But if you give this technology 10 years, it's not going to be, acting as your doctor, like Bill Gates is trying to push in recent interviews. But it will be advanced enough to incorporate ideological, messaging through it. And we're actually seeing this on the rise. And like, you can kind of get at this here. A friend of the show, Nathan Grayson, by the way, the interview I did with him is going up this weekend, so look for that on the YouTube channel. But co-founder of Aftermath here boosted an article from Aftermath titled "Stop Sharing the Ghibli AI Slop, What is Wrong with You?" Which honestly, 10 out of 10 headline right there. But he shared this excerpt, and I think it is worth sharing with all of you. If you consider, as Gareth Watkins laid out so wonderfully last month, that AI, which is embarrassing, destructive, and looks like shit, and as a result is the new aesthetics of fascism, Altman and OpenAI's signaling out of Studio Ghibli starts to make more sense, especially when figures like Altman are being increasingly described as techno-fascists. This isn't another laugh, another coy attempt at circumventing someone's rights to their creations. The way this has been pitched and sold is a direct attack, a flex reveling in the fact creators have so far proven largely powerless to stop these vultures from looting the history of human creation wholesale. So yeah, it sucks, which is why people need to stop sharing that shit. If you accidentally fell into it via a chat or a message from a friend or whatever and made an image because you thought it was cute, cut it out. If you're trying to dunk on the practice by linking to articles or examples that showcase the work, inadvertently flooding people's timelines with examples of this ghoulish stolen work, stop. Nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody needs to see it. And do not share this shit. Do not engage with it. Do not give it more power over our lives than it already has. We must choke the bastards out, so to speak. And I think that today we had no greater manifestation of how true that quoted Aftermath article is. Yeah, can I link that in chat? Absolutely. We had no bigger confirmation of every single word in that article than what was tweeted out by the White House today. If you had any doubts as to whether or not AI was the aesthetics of fascism, they applied an AI through OpenAI to a woman being arrested and detained by ICE for deportation. So if you have any doubts as to what this is, what this aesthetic means, there you have it. It is unspeakably disgusting that the legacy and work of a man who painstakingly, with his bare hands, drew millions of frames of animation in order to bring feature-length films into reality for his entire life. Some of those films he redrew like 60% of them himself. Okay? Hayao Miyazaki is the greatest living animator. And his legacy was sucked up by a vacuum cleaner of a machine, mixed together, and is now being poured over slop, poured over images of suffering and torture and fascist oppression in order to serve as propaganda for a fascist coup that has slowly entrenched itself within the United States. It is the apotheosis of everything wrong in this country. Louis Hanna in Twitch writes, I'm a digital artist and I'm devastated by AI. Art that I posted in good faith for people to enjoy for free has been used against me to mass reproduce and degrade my art. I'm sorry to hear that. It is disgusting. It is vile. It is Nazi shit. And we need to, we frankly, number one, this entire industry, in my opinion, is going to die, largely because it produces nothing of value. And also because there is no possible way for investors to make the amount of money they've invested in this technological endeavor. There's no possible way that they can make that money back. And I think that we need to take action to ensure that, like, even after this bubble pops, this technology is gone. You know, like, or at the very least, like, not socially acceptable anymore. How are they making money at the moment? That's the great part. Can you even take it? They're not. The entire investment into this AI industry is it predicated on future successes. You know, on the idea that, like, Bill Gates is right that in 10 years AI will simply replace doctors, or, you know, they'll be able to mass replace workers with it. And just like it, that is not possible. At the very least, it's certainly not possible with large language models. And that is even taking out of the fact that, like, right now the courts are having a war regarding AI rights and copyright in particular. In fact, one of the things I should probably alert you guys to. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Yeah, 1 week ago, yeah, there's just a lot of there are a lot of AI fights going on right now, and I'm trying to find particularly one.
There are tools Poison Tap, Nightshade and Glaze which break AI models when they suck it in, changes not visible to human eyes but fucks up AI.
Yeah, that is one of the things, though. There are ways to get around that, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, copyright law doesn't cover AI art. U.S. Copyright Office's new decision shows. The U.S. Copyright Office has ruled that copyright laws do not protect art generated by AI under new decisions made around the use of AI in the arts industry. So that is something new that happened. I can't find the original article that I used that I saw this on. This is not the best source. Ah, here we go. Here's Reuters. Damn it, Reuters. U.S. Appeal Court rejects copyright for AI generated images, lacking a human creator. So that, you know, that's one thing right there. Yeah, you can certainly use Nightshade to like taint the images you put out into the world, but like I don't know if like those trolling algorithms that they use to strip content and scan content. I think they've updated them now, but I have no idea. We live in a fucking dystopia. Absolutely. Just feels like the left on Twitch has beliefs and says things that if you don't immediately agree with and endorse, then you're suddenly an enemy and banned, and I think that's wrong. Nani? I mean, like there are certain things that that I will just summarily ban folks on, but generally I try and give people a good chance. For being too horny? Nah, I just bonk you for that. As someone who lives in Silicon Valley and lives amongst these people and normies, nobody buys it. People with degrees who are more than capable of being offered less than what Starbucks pays them full then? What? Anyway, folks, the end result of this is that this is not sustainable. Copyright is coming for AI. The major industries in music, film, etc., like they're coming for AI. The fight is going to be colossal. And also, it's just there's no way for them to generate the money they want off of this stuff. There's none. There's no way. So my hope is that this technology dies a very painful death, but unfortunately, we are in a time of monsters, and it may take longer than we'd like for this machine to break down. Until then, all artists of the world unite and persevere, because we will win this fight.